So yeah, this happened.
Oh, wow!
That is about the only interesting thing that happened at the Oscars. Well, that and the fact that the Flash's time travel scene came in #1 for the best cheer moment category. And that was my favourite scene of the movie. Well done, Zack Snyder. And Toby Emmerich, one of the executives at Warner Brothers that told Zack Snyder to throw the scene out, was actually sitting in the audience as the scene got the #1 spot.
Tragic irony or poetic justice? You tell me.
But back to the Smith at hand, literally. Why did he smack Chris Rock? A lot of people have their theories and I'm going to give mine. As you can clearly tell, he is frustrated and he had a lot of bottled up rage, and as ever, it's just a matter of time before it comes out and then the tears come in. And even when he wins his Oscar and you see his acceptance speech, we've seen fake celebrity cries before and we all recognize them. But this cry seemed genuine. You can even hear how his words are trembling in between sentences. So he is genuinely upset, and for those of you that still think this could be an act in front of the cameras, well, during the commercial break when the cameras are off, a couple of audience members are recording Will's reaction and he looks to be crying even then. So when the cameras are off, he actually started to break down even more. So what is he frustrated about? Well, I can tell you what I think, and again, I could be wrong with this, and this is just a theory, but I think it's his wife, Jada Pinkett. Now I normally stay away from celebrity gossip unless it's movie related, so when Will Smith and his wife made a video where she made her affair with another man public, I thought that was an insane thing to do. I mean, the guy she had an affair with made it public on his own, so she wanted to set the record straight and paint herself in the best light possible. The only thing I heard about it at the time was that Will Smith was trying to hide it, but he was clearly upset. But I paid no attention to it. That is, until I saw this slap. So I decided to watch the video, and it is very telling as to how Will Smith's frustrations have been building up for nearly the last 2 years, and on this night, he finally snapped. Just look at this public conversation that most likely his wife put him up to help her look better in this scenario. And he clearly is not happy throughout this conversation. He is uncomfortable, he laughs so much to deflect his pain, and he looks mad and hurt.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well,
and then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I got into a different kind of entanglement. One of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission. You know, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
This reminds me very much of that movie that came out recently, Deep Water, where Ben Affleck's wife in the movie had other partners that she was openly having an affair with, and it made him look like a fool in front of everyone he knew. And you can tell during this conversation that he feels that. And the public making jokes about her is making him feel like an even bigger fool than he already feels. Hence, he didn't want Chris Rock to make jokes about her. His family has been mocked and made fun of publicly. If it's not him and his wife, from time to time it's his kids and the stuff they are getting up to, and this was the one that made him snap. And by the way, no self-respecting spouse would agree to an open relationship. But if you watch all of these videos on the internet, it's clear that she is into the concept of open marriage, and she has slowly put it in his head, and now look where we are. A room where a wife is openly giving details about her affair, and they have cameras on the two of them, so the whole world can see it. Do you think any husband would be happy with this arrangement?
What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
That's the biggest load of bull I've heard since I left the farm.
As you can clearly tell, she's not just happy that she had the affair, she flaunts it. I have never seen someone paint their act of adultery in a way that makes them look like Mother Teresa. She makes it out like having an affair has turned her into a superhero.
I'm the husband. Now I got to be with you at the press conference while you tell the world about your transgression.
Well, I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity, and I was really able to do some really deep healing.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
And if this isn't bad and embarrassing enough for Will Smith, to make things even worse, she has openly said other things about him, private things about their relationship, all of which have repeatedly embarrassed him, such as talking about the way he is in the bedroom amongst other things. And you can look it up for yourself, she constantly tries to justify why she should be allowed to talk about it as a woman. So basically, despite staying with her after her, not entanglement, affair, she still takes digs at him and humiliates him publicly. And if that's how she treats him in public, then I don't want to think about how she treats him in private. And do you know what? We have some footage that might allude to that, because during the commercial break, a couple of audience members are recording Will's reaction, and it appears that both Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry are calming him down, because he seems to be crying and wiping his eyes with a tissue. Even Bradley Cooper shows up and gives him a hug. But do you notice the one person who isn't there? Yeah, his freaking wife. She's not comforting him at all or showing any concern. She is just sitting in her seat right here and doesn't seem to care. Even when he returns to his seat, she doesn't sit close and comfort him or show any sympathy or support.
And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
She says it was a joy to heal someone, yet she's clearly not healing her husband. Honestly, the affair said it all. If my spouse did that to me, it would be over. Now, does that make this slap justifiable? Well, no, it doesn't. But it gives it context. And the context is an unhealthy relationship that has had a negative mental impact on him, and this is the unfortunate moment that he snapped. And it just goes to show that if you live this kind of lifestyle, this is what happens. It doesn't matter how much money you have, it can still break you.
I'm gonna get you back first, and then...
You're gonna get me back. And I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay. I'll give you that petty if that's what you want.
So everyone has their own theories on the situation, and this is mine. At the end of the day, Will Smith shouldn't have responded with his hand. And I really do feel sorry for Chris Rock. If Will Smith wanted to tell him to shut up, then that's one thing, but physically attacking someone is another. And what I think he needs to do is have a heart-to-heart with Chris Rock and tell him whatever it is that's frustrating him and explain himself. Because this was not right. And I can only imagine the mental effects that this must be having on Chris Rock right now. And an Instagram apology that could have been written by anyone doesn't cut it. And I loved Jim Carrey's response on the whole situation.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
I don't know what's scarier, Will Smith slapping and shouting at Chris Rock, or Jim Carrey talking like a calm and intelligent individual. But he's right, Hollywood is full of hypocrites, such as when Disney filmed Mulan next to a Muslim concentration camp in China, gave the Chinese government the script allowing them to make any changes they wanted, and ordering Mark Ruffalo to withdraw his support for Muslims in Palestine. And then Disney releases Miss Marvel to fool us into thinking that they care for Muslim representation, even though their actions prove otherwise. Totally not hypocritical. On a side note, that's why I am boycotting this show and will never watch it. I just feel dirty thinking about it. And to make things worse, she idolizes a white hero that even most white people don't like. But back on topic. You can watch this entire roundtable for yourself, and you'll see that throughout this embarrassing video, Jada admits to wronging her husband and yet somehow manages to spin it round and portray herself as the victim.
I told you the first year we were married.
What'd you tell me?
That I can love you through anything.
And I didn't believe you.
I know how you feel. Oh, yeah. I know what it's like to give a woman all your love and then have that love thrown back in your face.
So what are your thoughts and theories on what happened? Do you think my theories hold any water, or do you think it's something else entirely? Comment below and be sure to let me know. Thanks again as always for watching, guys. Stay tuned for my upcoming The Batman and Spider-Man No Way Home Versus videos, as I am still working on them, and I will see all of you very soon. Take care.